The saga begins with Goku arriving at Master Roshi's house. From a previous arc, we already know that Goku has a power level of 10, which already puts him far above the average human. Then we have Master Roshi, whose power, also revealed earlier, is 70. This is where Krillin is introduced, as he shows up asking Master Roshi to train him. I'm placing him at a power level of 7.5 since he's clearly stronger than a normal human, but still weaker than Goku. In order to accept them as students, Master Roshi gives them a condition. They have to bring him a beautiful woman. That's how they end up bringing Launch. She's just a normal human, so I'm giving her a power level of 4. In her blonde form, she stays at the same level, because only her personality changes, her fighting power doesn't. Thanks to this, both Goku and Krillin officially become Master Roshi's disciples. They train for 8 months, and once their training is complete, they enter the 21st Tenkaichi Budokai. The first one to fight is Goku, and after this intense training, his power increases massively. I estimate a 650% boost, taking him all the way up to 75. It's a brutal jump that perfectly shows the results of Roshi's training. His opponent is a large, bald, very strong man, whom I place at 8, since he should be far above the average human. Even so, Goku defeats him effortlessly with a single finger. Now it's Krillin's turn. Since he went through the same training as Goku, but he's a human with less potential, I estimate a slightly smaller increase of 600%, which puts him at 52.5. He faces one of the monks from his former temple, who at the beginning of the saga should have been stronger than him, so I give him 8.6. However, Krillin defeats him instantly with a single kick. After that, another fighter appears, whom I place at 7.6, and Goku takes him down with a single attack. Then we get a Bruce Lee-like fighter who goes up against Krillin. I give him 8.2. He manages to knock Krillin down, just like we see in the fight, but it was all a joke. Krillin gets back up, mocks him, and when he gets ready to fight seriously, his opponent forfeits. The next match is between Goku and a mustached fighter. I give him a power level of 9, since he shows great skill by dodging one of Goku's attacks. However, the young scion knocks him down with a simple kick and then easily throws him out of the ring. Finally, Krillin fights a bear wearing a karate uniform. I place him at 6.7, and as expected, Krillin defeats him with a single kick. With this, both of them advance to the finals of the tournament. The first match is Krillin versus Bacterian. This opponent does not stand out because of his fighting power, but because of his extreme stench, so I place him at around 8 power level units. As we already know, Krillin has 52.5. When we compare both values, Krillin surpasses Bacterian by 556%, which is an absolutely massive gap. At the start of the fight, Bacterian attacks Krillin using only his horrible smell and his disgusting techniques, which puts Krillin in serious trouble. However, thanks to Goku, he remembers that he does not have a nose. In that moment, he regains his composure and goes on a counterattack. He lands a powerful kick and then gives Bacterian a taste of his own medicine with a bad-smelling attack that leaves him unable to continue. In the end, Bacterian surrenders and Krillin wins the match. The next fight is Yamcha versus Master Roshi. In the previous saga, Yamcha had 8.8 power level units, but he trained on his own for 8 months, so I estimate a 70% increase, taking him to 15. On the other hand, Master Roshi also became stronger while preparing for the tournament, reaching around 80 units. When we compare both levels, Roshi surpasses Yamcha by 433%, which is an enormous difference. Because of this, Master Roshi dodges every one of Yamcha's attacks with ease. This makes Yamcha angry, so he decides to use the Wolf Fang Fist, a technique that increases his power by 5%, bringing him up to 15.8. Even so, it is still not enough. Master Roshi moves at high speed across the arena and ends the fight with a simple key wave that knocks Yamcha out of the ring. The third match is Nam versus Ranfan. I place Ranfan at 7.2 units, while Nam reaches an impressive 50, since he shows clearly superhuman power during the tournament. This means that Nam surpasses her by 594%, which is why he is able to defeat her very easily with a single strike to the neck. Now it is Goku's turn, as he faces the monster Jiren. I place him at 45 units, while Goku has 75, meaning Goku surpasses him by 66.7%, which is a significant advantage. Even so, the monster manages to immobilize him with his hardened gum, then brutally attacks him and throws him out of the ring. However, at the last second, Goku's tail grows back, increasing his power by 7% and taking him up to 80.3. With this new strength, he breaks the gum, destroys a wall with a single kick, and completely determined, gets ready to attack. Surprised by Goku's sudden increase in power, Jar decides to surrender, giving Goku the victory. Now the semifinals of the tournament begin, and the first match is Krillin versus Master Roshi. Krillin has a power level of 52.5, while Roshi is at 80. However, at the beginning he is not fighting seriously, so I estimate that he is only using 60 units. When we compare them, Roshi surpasses Krillin by 14%, and this is clearly reflected in the fight. It is obvious that the Master is superior, but Krillin is not far behind and manages to land a series of attacks, making the battle look very even. Still, knowing he is at a disadvantage, Krillin uses a strategy. He throws an object to distract Roshi and takes the opportunity to deliver a strong kick that sends him out of the ring. However, with an energy attack, Roshi propels himself back onto the stage. At that moment, he announces that he will fight seriously, raising his power to 80. The gap now increases to 52% in his favor, and it becomes immediately noticeable. Master Roshi uses his super speed, appears behind Krillin, and defeats him with a single strike that leaves him completely knocked out. In this way, Master Roshi becomes the first finalist. The next match is Goku versus Nam. As we know, Goku has 80.3 units, while Nam has 50, which means Goku surpasses him by 61%. This is reflected in the fight, as both show great skill. However, Goku is much more confident and decides to spin rapidly to attack, but this makes him extremely dizzy and he falls to the ground. Nam takes advantage of the situation. He makes a huge jump and performs his aerial attack, raising his power to around 75 thanks to the momentum of the fall, and he hits Goku directly. Even so, Goku gets back up and says that it only hurt a little. Completely surprised, Nam decides to repeat the technique by jumping even higher, but Goku jumps as well, creating a very comical aerial chase. Both descend at high speed, but Goku, being much more clever, lands a decisive kick that sends Nam out of the ring, becoming the second finalist. Finally, the last match of the tournament begins, Goku versus Master Roshi. From the very start, both make it clear that they are fighting at full power. As we already know, Goku's maximum is 80.3 units, while Roshi's is 80, so the difference between them is practically non-existent. As soon as the fight begins, they both use their most powerful energy techniques. This attack multiplies their base power by 2.2, taking Goku to 176.7 and Roshi to 176. The clash is brutal, but since the attacks are almost identical, they cancel each other out and create a massive shockwave. After this, both of their power levels drop by 10%, leaving Goku at 72.3 and Roshi at 72. After that, the battle continues with close combat. Both land multiple punches and kicks and deal heavy damage to each other. Goku gains a slight advantage, and the fatigue becomes noticeable. Goku drops to 65.1 units and Roshi to 61.2, since he has taken more damage. Because of this, Roshi uses an electric technique that immobilizes Goku and causes tremendous damage. I estimate that Goku's power is reduced by another 30%, leaving him at 45.6. However, at the last moment, Goku sees the full moon and transforms into Great Ape, multiplying his power by 10 and reaching 456 units. The situation becomes critical, so Roshi releases his full power, increasing his strength by 50% up to 91.8. After that, he fires his strongest energy attack, raising his power to 202. Thanks to this, Master Roshi destroys the moon and Goku returns to normal. Even so, both fighters are completely exhausted. Goku, affected by the attack, drops to 36.5 units, while Roshi, because of the massive energy consumption, falls to 30.6. After this, the hand-to-hand combat continues. They exchange blows and attacks, and after this clash, both lose an additional 10% of their power. Goku is left at 32.9 and Roshi at 27.5. Knowing he is at a disadvantage, Roshi uses the length of his legs to his advantage when they both launch a final flying kick. Because of that small detail, Roshi manages to deal slightly more damage. Both fighters fall to the ground, but the first to stand up and declare himself the winner is Master Roshi, taking the victory. Thanks for making it all the way to the end. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next ones.